Hi, my name's Little Liz. I'm from Sydney, Australia. I am from Italian descent. I've grown up in Sydney my entire life. I started dancing salsa in 2002. I came across it in a nightclub and just fell in love with the music, so I just thought I would love to try. I've had no dance background, just salsa. And because I fell in love with the music and the culture, I just wanted to dance every single day.
Why do they call you Little Liz?
Because I'm very short. No, it was a funny story. Jamie said to me, "We need to come up with a stage name for you." And I wanted something sexy and very sensual. And he said, "How about Little Liz?" And I said, "Oh no, Jamie, I don't think that's a very good idea." But yeah, he won, and yeah, I love it now. I think it's cute.
So, how many years have you been Jamie Jesus' dance partner?
Jamie and I started dancing together in 2004. Um, we we've been lucky enough to be able to travel together through Asia, through to the UK, through to America. It's just been fantastic.
I noticed that you can do a few different dances and do it very well. Can you actually tell us about them?
Yes, at Latin Dance Australia, one of our big focuses is to be able to do every single thing. So we focus a lot on the Latin side and the Brazilian side. So I have been lucky enough to learn salsa, samba, bachata, and my main focus at the moment is also zouk lambada.
Oh, right, okay. Um, I noticed that in the past, in the recent years, you had an injury. Could you actually tell us what happened?
Yeah, it was a really hard time. In 2006, I attended the UK Congress, followed shortly by the Singapore Congress, and I've been having a few problems with my knee. So what ended up happening was Jamie said to me, "Liz, we're not dancing anymore. You'll have to have your surgery." So I had a very emotional performance in Singapore. I was in tears at the end. I wasn't really quite sure whether or not I was going to be able to perform again. So I went straight back to Australia, had the surgery 1 week later. And 6 weeks after that, because I felt a lot of pressure and I really wanted to be back on stage dancing, I performed at the Sydney Salsa Congress. So it was a really hard time because not being sure whether or not you're going to be able to perform again and be able to do something that you love so much. Um, it was something that I felt I just had to try and get my body back into condition, and I really wanted to be up there, especially for my own festival. I wanted to be there for my home crowd to say I'm okay and I want to keep dancing. So, but I remember coming off after the show, and Jamie was so happy, and I just collapsed and just cried. I was really happy, but it was a very hard time.
Yes. How long did you actually have to actually stop dancing after the surgery?
I was meant to stop for at least 3 or 4 months, and it was 6.5 weeks I was dancing again.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really bad because I would be walking down the street, and because my muscles weren't strong enough yet, I would just collapse onto the ground. So I probably shouldn't have been dancing, so it's not a very good thing to do. But I think when you love something so much and you know how important it is to you, you just want to push the barrier, you just want to keep going and make sure that you get up there and do the best that you can.
What tips would you actually give a dancer to be a, a better dancer?
To be a better dancer, learn everything that you possibly can, but learn from everywhere. Um, I think something that I was very lucky with was I had a mentor. I had Jamie who really helped, and he was a great teammate, and we helped each other out through everything. Um, I got inspiration not just from learning salsa, but from other areas of my life, like being able to know more about the music, more about the history. It's very important to be able to understand, to be able to feel. Something that I find is really important is to make if you've got to make sure you're having fun, and if you're still smiling, then it's good.
Yes. Um, the last question is, could you give us the information about the biggest congress, the Australian, actually Sydney Salsa Congress?
Yes, Sydney Salsa Congress is now actually called the Sydney Latin Festival. It's one that's very close to my heart. It's amazing. Sydney is such a beautiful place to come and visit, and what a better way to come and actually have an amazing salsa congress there at the same time. We have it in January. This year it was January through February, but it's beautiful. We get lots of international artists coming down. The dance floor is huge. There's so many people loving it. And the reason why they changed the name from the Sydney Salsa Congress to the Sydney Latin Festival is it now incorporates all different kinds of dance. So there's a room dedicated for bachata, there's a room dedicated for zouk, and of course the salsa room. So it's one of my favorite congresses in the world.
Well, would you actually tell us what your plans are, your personal plans are?
My plans for the future. I would love to be on stage performing again. I've actually made it a really big focus to heal my knee to make sure that I can be back on stage. I performed tonight with my student team, which was fantastic, and I really enjoyed performing with them. But I really do miss the performing with Jamie and doing it to the professional level. So that would be my goal for 2012, would be to get back on stage and perform again.
Well, thank you so much, and we look forward for you to actually return to the UK to teach us and perform. And thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you.